A few days ago, my alarm went off in the morning and I started this internal dialogue. Let me know if this sounds familiar. It's too cold, it's too dark, it's too early. Maybe I'll just exercise later when I get home from work. Okay, I'll do that. Hit the snooze button and went back to sleep. So what happened? I had a shocker at work. The traffic coming home was awful. I totally forgot about my daughter's guitar lesson. And so I didn't go to my run when I got home from work and I skipped it altogether. I mean, I didn't mean to, but it just happened. Now, of course, we all have days that just get away on us, and that's life. And it's okay if that's occasionally. But if you find yourself skipping regular exercise on a regular basis, and you want some help with your exercise habits, you're in the right place. I'm Cherine Chinnock, and this is habit number 4 in the 10 Worst Habits for Your Health series. And today we're talking about skipping regular exercise. Not just what it's doing to your body, but how much you actually need and what type of movement matters at different stages of your life. And most importantly, the exact habits, mindset shifts, and systems that make exercise something you can actually stick to, not for a week, not just for January, but for your life. Now, I'm not going to scare you with all the health impacts of not exercising. I think most of us all know this stuff. I'm pretty sure that if you're watching this, you are a willing participant. You probably have a gym membership, or maybe you are even an occasional exerciser. But what you want to know is how to make exercise a regular habit. So here's the thing. Most people don't think of themselves as someone who skips exercise. They just haven't got around to it, or they're going to do it on Monday, or once the kids are back at school when the weather gets better. But skipping regular exercise isn't always a dramatic choice. It's usually a series of small, seemingly reasonable deferrals that add up to years, months, and weeks of inactivity. So what do we mean by activity, or how much do we actually need? Because I want you to have a clear and specific number in your head, not just a vague sense of I should do more. So the guidelines recommend at least 150 to 300 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic exercise every week. This could be walking, briskly, running, jogging. You should be able to hold a conversation, but you shouldn't be able to sing. And in my case, I probably should never be able to sing, be allowed to sing. So it's just 30 minutes a day, and that's the baseline. Not an hour, not 2 hours, just 30 minutes. And even that delivers enough measurable health benefits according to research. Sounds doable, sounds rational. Hey, might even be enjoyable. So why aren't we doing it? When I talk to people about this, they most commonly say that they're too busy. And that's actually true. We are busier than we have, our predecessors have been, or we probably have ever been in our entire lives. But when our discretionary time is limited, the first thing that goes is our exercise. And the research shows that people who regularly exercise are no less busy than people who don't. But the difference is they do it because they love it. So let's forget about them. Let's talk about you. What do you love? What is your personality? What drains you? What energizes you? The answers to these questions are very, very important because we'll use them to identify what your exercise personality is. And why is this important? Because if you don't work with your exercise personality, you will fail. So what kind of exerciser are you? Not what kind of exerciser do you think you should be, because there's no universally right way to exercise. What matters is you find the approach that fits your personality, because that is what you will actually stick to. So there are 3 main exercise personalities. See which one you recognize in yourself. The first is the community exerciser. So this person is energized by other people. They love the buzz of a group class, the accountability of a running club, the shared suffering of a team workout. Being around others who are doing the same thing motivates them, lifts their energy, and crucially gets them through the door on the days that they don't feel like. I am definitely this person. I love the community of a group exercise, the energy in the room, the people pushing alongside you. It makes the whole thing something I look forward to. But if you dread this, then don't do this. Find another personality that works for you. Maybe you're a solo exerciser. This person needs solitude, like headphones on, open road, exercises their thinking time, their decompression, their space away from people, and that's absolutely fine. So if you're a solo exerciser and someone keeps telling you to join a class, just ignore them. Build your solo routine and protect it fiercely because that's what you need to keep you consistent. And thirdly, the goal-driven exerciser. This person needs a target. Without something specific to work towards, a fun run, a triathlon, the motivation dissolves. They're just wired for purpose and direction. So if this is you, you need something in your calendar at all times. So enter that event even before you feel ready. Sign up for the fun run, because a goal creates the training and the training creates the habit. Now, you may be a blend. I know I am. When it comes to running, it comes very naturally to me, and I'm definitely a solo exerciser here. My problem is resistance training, which I absolutely hate. I hate doing weights, and often I don't even know what I'm doing. So I've had to join a CrossFit class where I have a community around me, and I really get a lot of energy from being around a group. Also, I'm a huge extrovert, so it definitely works for me. Now, in addition to knowing your exercise personality, you need some systems around you to support you when the going gets tough. So not motivation, not quick fixes, but actual real systems. I've crystallized these down into the 7 most important exercise habit systems that you need to follow to set yourself up for success. The first one is, I want you to schedule your exercise like it's an appointment with yourself. Study after study shows that people who exercise in the morning, for example, are way more likely to be consistent than those who leave it for later in the day, like my earlier example. But if you're not a morning person, that's okay. But just make sure you put it in your diary at a time that works for you and that you stick to it. System 2, you need to reduce friction. And what that means is you need to make it really, really easy for you to get up and get exercising. If it's, a matter of putting your clothes next to your bed the night before, packing your gym bag, whatever you need to do to make it simple, easy, that you don't even need to think about it, is what you will need to keep you consistent. Habit 3, habit stacking. Attach exercise to something that you're already doing. Try to build exercise around, something that is completely standalone habit is going to be really difficult to stick to. So, for example, after dinner, maybe instead of sitting on the couch, go for a walk. Or when you have dropped your kid at their karate lesson, maybe go for a quick run around the block. System 4, do exercise that you actually enjoy. This is very obvious and very important because emotion creates habits, and you'll do it if you love it. Obviously, if you hate running, don't run. There's no law that says you have to run to exercise. Do anything, Zumba, tennis, row, ride your bike. The best exercise is the exercise that you'll actually do and do consistently. System 5, get the right support from rest, nutrition, from your gear, and from the people around you. People in your life matter. A partner who respects your workout time, friends who support you rather than undermine your commitment, and a family who understands that this is non-negotiable for you. You don't need people to exercise with you, but you just need people around you to not work against you. Gear is very, very important. If it's cold and you're going for a run in the morning, you're not going to head out unless you have a nice warm jacket. You're not going to exercise if you don't have the proper shoes. So invest in your equipment as well. System 6, use social accountability. People who exercise with a partner or in a group are significantly more consistent than those who go it alone. Even if you're a solo exerciser, book a class, agree to meet a friend, make some kind of public commitment. You're more likely to stick to it if you don't just say it to yourself. And system number 7, start embarrassingly small. The biggest mistakes people do is they go from nothing to 5 days a week at maximum intensity. They just get injured, they just get tired, and they give up. So get the habit in place, and then you can build the intensity later. And a final thought I'd like to leave you with: build identity, not just outcomes. The most durable exercise habits are not driven by weight loss goals or fitness targets. They're driven by identity. Think about who you want to be, not what you want to do. If you see yourself as an active person, the behavior will follow. The behavior follows the identity. And how do you know when you've nailed it? When it becomes automatic, where you're in the routine, and to feel exercise and to not exercise just feels wrong. When someone asks you how you do it, you just say, it's just who I am, it's just what I do. So what I'd love you to do is, A, drop in the comments which type of exercise personality you are, because I'm really interested. And also, if you're wanting to put these habits in place, put 2 appointments in your calendar this week that will fit around your schedule. Just 2 30-minute blocks where you will exercise and you will do something that you love to do. If this resonates with you, please subscribe. There are 6 more habits left in this series, and each one builds on the last. I'll see you in the next one.